just to give you a recap, when you study the endocrine system had the master endocrine gland, which is called the pituitary gland. And the pituitary gland produces many hormones, right? FSH, LH, ACTH, TSH, right? Prolactin and endorphins, all written for you over here. Remember your nice little mnemonic called flat peg? Right, that has all the hormones of the anterior pituitary for you. Now we're going to look at the two hormones of interest for a female, which is also FSH and LH. But these hormones, right, get released at different times, right? Remember, a woman's menstrual cycle is about 28 days. It turns out FSH is released during the first 14 days, and LH is released during the last 14 days, right? And based on these cycles, that is the reason why a woman can release an egg only at a certain time of month, right? Whereas in a male, we also have LH and FSH. It's just that we release it all the time. So we are constantly producing sperm, and we are constantly, as males, producing testosterone, right? We said that FSH activates, it binds onto Sertoli cells of the testicles, and it causes those Sertoli cells to release sperm. We said in the last lecture, in the last chapter, that LH, which is also released by the anterior pituitary, binds onto Leydig cells of the testes and causes the Leydig cells of the testes to secrete testosterone, right? That is constantly happening because we are always releasing these two hormones, right? Now we're going to talk about the female, right? Let's zoom down to the female menstrual cycle. Here we go. Let's go into this picture, actually. All right. Every month, a normal female, right, will release an egg into the abdominal cavity, which will eventually reach the fallopian tube for fertilization, right? Now, typically we say the egg is alternating, right? Maybe 1 month you get released from one ovary, the next month is released from the other ovary, right? Is it possible for a woman to, by chance, release an egg from one ovary and simultaneously release another egg from the other ovary? And at that same chance during that month, the sperm will fertilize both eggs, and both eggs will eventually implant in the uterine lining over here, and both eggs will eventually produce an infant. And yes, that can happen. That's called fraternal twins, right? Just like a brother and sister. They still share 50% of the DNA with each other. Nothing too special. Is it possible? Here's another scenario. Is it possible that one egg gets released here, which is in green, one sperm fertilizes that egg in green, now there's implantation over here, and during mitosis, which is body cell division, right, there's actually, the zygote will split eventually, and that will actually form two fetuses, two separate fetuses. That can occur too. Those are called identical twins. So we're going to talk about how this entire process occurs. We're going to zoom into this region. Right, these are the ovaries, right? And we're going to talk about how the ovaries actually release an egg into this abdominal cavity in the next